Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Xennials podcast. Today, chilling with the whole crew, and we are going to review the current events of April 2021. Why has it been? Yeah, it's been full of depression.
Can we get April some Xanax?
Or some, you know what? I just need April to go ahead, just call it a night, sis. Go to bed. You've done enough. What's the saying? Put your cup down, April. You're drunk, or something like that. Something like that. Yeah. April, you've done enough. Sis, you've done enough. So we'll jump right on to it. We're going to do some updates. We got some updates on a few. We got some updates. I'm sorry, it tickled me. Updates on a few things. First update is going to be Sharon Osbourne, Miss Osbourne. Okay, last time we checked in with Miss Sharon Osbourne, she was battling other people at her on the talk behind her defending Piers Morgan and the things he said concerning Meghan Markle. Latest update, it's been said that she quit the talk. She is no longer a part of that franchise or a part of that TV show. However, it's also been said that maybe she had to quit or she was going to get fired, one of those resign type of things. She quit the talk and decided to go on Bill Maher and talk about it. Complete and full disclosure, I do not like Bill Maher. So anything I have to say is probably going to be negative. So I'm going to ask my co-host if they'd like to jump in whenever they feel free. But she went on Bill Maher and talked about how she was feeling attacked and how she felt like it was her friend's right to speak his mind and say the things that he said, and it was her right to say it, and how all the allegations as far as her being racist bigot, basically, is untrue. Bill Maher came to her defense and said that, hey, he felt that she had every right and reason to say whatever she wanted to say because, damn it, this is a free country and we got those rights. So, yeah. Thinking about what was said to Cheryl Underwood and how she responded to everybody saying things back to her and how she responded to Bill Maher, the only thing that I can think of is fragility. As Amy would say, she was offended by somebody who was offended by somebody who said something offensive, or I don't know. Amy says it better than I do. I don't know.
She was offended that you were offended at the fact that she offended something.
Yeah, something like that. That's it. That was her. And so, yeah, that's my take on it. You guys want to dip before we go to the next one?
I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her for, defending Piers. I'm not. I mean, that's her friend. And Tori, even you said it, you're loyal. You're going to defend your friend, whether, in the face of everyone. Afterwards, you might berate them. But I'm not mad at her for publicly defending her friend, but she was relevant when they had their family show on MTV, and then she was no longer relevant. And then she managed to score a spot on a daytime talk show of a bunch of old hens putting out their opinion. And even then, she was still slightly irrelevant until she did something newsworthy.
Okay, seriously, yeah, she was slightly irrelevant. I mean, I can't even, yeah.
Once the vast majority of this dies down, I hate to say it, she's going to be irrelevant again. She's going to be quite relevant in British tabloids for a while after some of the things she said regarding the prince. But at this point, you're a C-list celebrity. You're going to do anything that keeps your name out there. There's a certain D-list celebrity who made it a point to do that.
Which D-list? Who was that?
She's a redhead, and she's got a penchant for the gays.
Kathy Griffin?
That's her.
Kathy Griffin, I remember
See
that.
how relevant she is? I know what she looks like. I know what she likes. I couldn't tell you her name.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. Kathy Griffin. When she did the whole Trump head thing.
Yep.
Trump bloody head thing. Yeah.
She did something to make herself relevant again. It lasted for all of 2 months, and now nobody knows her anymore.
Side topic, I heard she was not getting booked. She wasn't getting as much publicity and play as she was before the whole Trump head thing.
She's a D-list celebrity. I mean, you're going to pay her what, $150 to make a 20-minute appearance?
Well, all right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's what happened with old lady Osbourne. She's feeling some type of way and cry me a whole river. I don't give a shit. Next update. You guys remember the Uber driver who picked up those 3 chicks and one of them coughed on him, stole his phone, hit him in the back of the head, all that kind of good stuff. Got super pissed off that he was putting them out. Well, Miss Lady Ma'am, her name is Arna Kimai, something like that. I know we didn't give her no play last time, but it looks like her and her homegirls, well, at least her, maybe getting some time for catching assault trial, assault charge.
She's getting more than one. She's got a couple of charges.
Yeah, I think she's getting 3.
Let me see.
And
let's see.
With possibility of 16 years in jail.
Yeah.
All that, you know what, sis? And all this could have been prevented by what? Shutting your mouth up and putting the mask on. Just ride in the car, get to your destination and call it a day. But oh no.
She's got 4 charges she's facing.
Oh, 4? Is it 4? I thought it was.
Yeah. Attempted robbery, assault on a hired transportation driver, battery on a transportation driver, and COVID-related health code violation.
Well, because I knew they was going to catch her with the COVID-related violation. I knew she was going to catch that one. But yeah, everything else kind of came as a surprise. But hey, you know what? What's the saying? It is what it was. It is what it was, sis.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's it. And that's all for our updates. So, in the news, my, we have news. Listen, I'm going to just go on and say it, and I believe that all of my co-hosts have the same sentiments. April has been a shit show of a month. It's been dog-ass stupid. In the news, Johnson & Johnson vaccine gets shelved, but is looking to make a comeback very, very soon.
Look, what did I tell y'all when they started releasing vaccines? What did I tell you?
What did you tell us, Amy? They doing it too soon?
I told you too fast. Ain't trusting it. No.
Here's my thing, and I'm not even I totally understand that people, they want to get their vaccine. A lot of people don't do needles, so if I can get it one and done, it's cool. But at the end of the day, it's Johnson and fucking Johnson. There's absolutely no way. If I ain't trusting them with baby powder, I'm sure the fuck not trusting them to shoot nothing in my arm.
20-something years later, you still get those ads. If you use Johnson & Johnson talcum powder, you may be...
Listen, ovarian fucking cancer, and you want to shoot something in my arm on purpose? Hell no. I understand. Again, I get everybody wanting to get this vaccine and just be safe, but not Johnson & Johnson, bruh. Not Johnson & Johnson. You better go. I trust Baby Magic before I trust Johnson & Johnson. Are you kidding me? Dude, Baby Magic better come out with something.
Give me the cheap Dollar Tree stuff.
You know, talcum. These people, never mind. If y'all don't know what we talking about, stay up till about 2:30 and watch the commercials.
Low voice. If you or anybody that you know.
You or anybody that you could receive compensation.
Has used this powder, please call 1-800.
Talcum powder. And I don't know if it's just like where I'm from, but the females I know would douse it in other areas of lower,
lower
regions. And it's like now, 20 years later, now you telling me this shit is horrible? And you want to shoot up something in your body on purpose from them? One person has died, and I believe 6 others have got some kind of blood clotting disease from it.
Yes, but according to them, their numbers represent only less than 1% of those who, and I'm thinking to myself, that's 1% of people who could have taken their chances.
Right. I'm pretty sure that 1% think that they're important to be that 1%. I'm pretty sure they did not go in or take their grandmother up to go get a damn Johnson & Johnson shot just so she can die 3 weeks later. Right. That was the whole point of getting the fucking shot.
My mother actually had to cancel her appointment.
Because she was getting the Johnson & Johnson?
Yep, she is prone to blood clots and actually found out that she cannot get any of the vaccines.
Oh, wow.
She has severe anaphylaxis, so it is not recommended for her to get any of the vaccines because of the way they are combined. They could actually cause her to go into anaphylactic shock, and then there would not be enough time to save her.
Damn. Yeah, she should probably stay away from that shot. Any of the shots. I mean, those are not. That's not for her.
Nope. It was enough for me to decide I'm not getting it.
I'm not a whole vaccine person. I know our nurses and doctors and vaccination people are probably gonna be pissed. And if you are, please send us an email at the Xennials podcast.com at Gmail. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're there. But if you are upset, I'm not a vaccination type of person. So the thought of getting a shot of anything really freaks me out. So neither here nor there. Unfortunately, it did make news this month, and that was one of the people died, and that sucks ass. Died because they were trying not to die. Sucks super ass. But okay. Oh, sorry. On to our next topic. There was a Lyft driver shot and killed on 635 in the DFW area. What the fuck? 635 is an interstate or highway? Is it interstate?
Hell, I don't know. I just don't like driving 635.
I don't like 635.
I know that's totally off the topic of this actual show, but you know,
635 is an interstate highway.
Okay, I don't.
Can go to hell.
Yeah, I'm not big on 635, but I hate 35 worse. But that's neither here nor there. You know,
no,
it's just
look. In regards to this, have any of us checked on our friend because he was driving for them?
Last time we checked, didn't he? We'll discuss off here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because this just took place 2 days ago. This whole
shooting.
We'll discuss that situation off here. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So it happened around in Mesquite. My understanding, it happened in Mesquite. I'm not sure why.
Neither are the police, apparently.
I don't know. It could have been road rage, I guess. Or just some random stuff. Maybe. I have no idea why somebody would do this. Is like the stupidest shit ever, but wow, it's really real in these streets for these drivers. Uber, Lyft, all of them. It's like this is a hardcore ass job.
There's a reason why cab drivers have that plexiglass in the cars.
Understood. And now, if you don't know it, you know it now. Cause what? I'm not exactly sure why that happened. What the point of shooting this person? I don't even know if that was the person they were aiming to shoot. I mean, I guess we're as stumped as the cops are. I don't know, because they don't have any clues. They don't have any suspects or anything like that either.
They have nothing.
And that sucks.
And there was a passenger in the vehicle.
Right.
So this was deliberate, because if you didn't even aim at the passenger, you were deliberately going for the guy driving.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. So in digging a little deeper, the passenger, the one who called 911, I saw that. Said the driver was shot by a passing vehicle on the ramp.
So was he exiting the ramp, or?
It doesn't say. It says a passing vehicle fired some shots into the vehicle.
Damn, that sucks.
That's just crazy.
The passenger is working with them, so they're not in any way, shape, or form thinking he has anything to do with it. And they are going back through and checking all the cameras that they can, since Lyft has a very direct route and their routes are predetermined. So they're going back and checking all those. But let me just tell you, this is why I don't drive anybody that I don't know.
I mean, lately I have been super, the reason I would use a Lyft or Uber is because I had to. But I'm super cautious about it. She's relentless. It's all I'm saying is you drivers out there, stay safe, bro, because it's crazy out there. There's some crazy people out there. There's some nutbags. Y'all be careful, because this is starting to become one of those super seriously dangerous jobs.
Right. And it's getting to the point where 2021 looked at 2020 and said, you know what? Hold my beer. Let me show you how it's done.
Let me show you how it's done. I got you. Say less. Say less. So there was a driverless Tesla car, thought to be driverless. Tesla car crashed, burned, killing 2 people right outside of Houston in the Woodlands area. I think it said that one of the guy in the passenger seat was like showing the other person, "Hey, look what my car can do." And there was a passenger in the back seat, and the car ended up some kind of way. I don't know if it crashed and burned.
It veered off the road, struck a tree, and burst into flames.
Like, all of this sounds super scary as hell. First of all, I'm not like, hey, I'm teaching my daughter how to drive right now, so being in the passenger seat got me jumpy. So I'm not really trying to not be in the driver's seat at this time, but I understand that as part of Tesla, that's one of their features, their big features of, hey, driverless. Just sit back and sleep. We'll get you to the job. We'll take you to work. And
correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Google decide to cancel their production of the driverless car?
I think they did, but Tesla,
for
Elon Musk does what the fuck he wants to do. And he has also gone on record as saying that, hey, this ain't us. This ain't part of our... He said that, I believe they looked at the... whatever log it is for that car, they could say, oh, well, he didn't have the driverless feature on. I believe that's what Elon Musk is claiming. So Elon is saying, hey, this ain't on us. Apparently the cops are saying, yeah, kind of is. I just want to know, if it wasn't driverless, who the fuck jumped out? Because somebody had to jump out. Because I just don't understand. But yeah, that sucks ass. Like, I hate to say this, but like, this whole show, we have nothing but bad news. Like, we have no... If y'all are listeners, I love you guys. I love everybody that's listening. But if you're looking for an uplifting show, this ain't the one. You might want to catch one of our freestyles.
Or at least not this week. Listen, not this week. Catch us
not this
week,
show.
maybe.
Not this episode.
This week is not the...
But check out our freestyles. Our freestyles will have you going.
Oh, yeah. Check them out.
Okay, so, yeah. Driverless Tesla crash and kills 2 people, one of which was a doctor. Anesthesiologist, I believe. I'm not sure if that matters, because 2 people died regardless, but yeah, it does suck. So... in local news, well, our local, not Amy's, but in local news, man with a fake gun gets killed by DPD. Also, attempted carjacker gets killed by Fort Worth PD. And what do we say? You play stupid games,
win stupid prizes.
Not to say that there's no heartfelt sympathy out to the family of these guys, but they were doing some dumb shit. The guy with the fake gun attempted to carjack someone. He robbed a few stores. I think he hit up a gas station with a fake gun, and then once chased by the police, he turned around and pointed it at them. What the heck? And honestly, coming to the defense of DPD, you could not tell that was a fake gun. I didn't. When they showed the side by sides, I was like, "Oh, it's that one," and they were like, "No, the one on the right is the fake one. The one on the left is real." And I was like, "Holy crap!" You couldn't tell it was fake. So it's not like it was one of those toy guns with the little orange thing on the spout part, you know? No, it was like it really looked real. And it's like, I don't know what he thought the outcome was gonna be, but they killed him. And this happened on like 6:35 or something. Here we go, 6:35 again.
Right. I'm gonna need you people to stay home 6:35. Okay.
Seriously, I think this happened on 6:35. Like there was a shootout. I think it was on 6:35.
I'll tell you in just a second.
But
yeah,
It was on 6. Like what the
6:35.
bro? 6:35 is not the spot to be right now.
The question is this the guy? Is this how our Lyft driver got shot?
No, because the other dude happened later on in the week. I believe.
Oh, okay. Because
the Lyft driver was earlier in the week. So no, this isn't. That would be you know.
Okay, so listeners, if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, I'm gonna need you to just. We 635 is always under construction. So what I need you to do is just assume it's under construction and find an alternate route for your own health and safety.
Because it's not looking good for 635 these days. 635 is not looking okay. But as for the guy who attempted to carjack, Fort Worth Police Department responded to him attempting to carjack a car. And I saw some of the tape, and the guy kind of was like running, but he was also shooting back at them. So again, there's no kind of defense for this one. It's stupid games, stupid prizes, and this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all though. I'll say this. The Fort Worth Police Department, the chief of police, I cannot think of his name, but so far, I like this dude. He comes with it. Give me 24 to 48 hours. I got you. He comes with it. He gives it to you straight. He's been direct in every situation he's been in so far since he's, been officially named chief of police, and I really like him. So kudos. Is that him? Is he bald-headed?
I'm just, according to police chief, I'm reading the article. So his name is Neil Noakes.
I like him. I do like him. And I think he might be kind of good for the city. He ain't messed up nowhere yet. I like him. I like him. But yeah, attempted carjacker. That's some, I don't know. I mean, yeah. Do what you will with that information, guys.
I need people to just... Yeah, he's bald-headed. Kind of looks like a knockoff Mr. Clean.
I like him. I like him. So, yeah, so that's the news. Or, what is that? The news? Current events? In the news. That's in the news.
All right, next, backtracking. Hold on. We're going to backtrack for just a minute because I unfortunately just saw something I didn't want to see.
I mean, there's no need for all of us to suffer here.
Apparently, the family of the man with the replica gun, his family is trying to say he had
mental issues.
Mental health. He was bipolar. On behalf of the bipolar community, please note that is not all of us.
You know what? I do understand that there's a lot of people out there with mental health situations, and I understand that police interaction has not been good at all when it comes to mental health, working with people with mental health issues. But I just feel like you cannot use this for every single thing. You're running it down in the ground. So when someone who actually does have a mental health issue and is put in harm's way, we can't properly defend them because you want to use this as an excuse for your crazy ass brother who was hopped up on pills that day. And I can't stand the fact that people keep using mental health. It's a mental health issue. It's a mental health issue. It's always a mental health issue. Stop it. There are actually people who have mental health issues, and then there's people who just smoke crack, who's just hot that day. And I just can't. I'm off my soapbox. I'm done. I just can't.
I wanted to just throw that out there because in looking through everything, I saw that and was like, no.
I mean, okay. You know what? Again, let me get off of this because I don't. I would like us to have.
We'll touch that in the next show.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a counselor of some sort come on, and then we can have these kind of discussions with somebody who actually knows what the hell is actually the real deal. Okay, this person does have mental health. However, this person may not. Let's think about it. Someone like that. But yeah, so school days. Oh my. Texas ISDs. Y'all have been showing your ass this month. What the hell? And I wish I could say go football or maybe baseball or something in basketball, but it has nothing to do with sports or academics. Y'all just been acting a whole fucking fool this entire month. So we'll start with Aledo. Ay. All right.
This is what happens when you. Never mind. Let me keep my comments to myself, because we're not here for commentary like that.
So, Aledo students, I believe they got on social media and decided that they were going to have a slave trade auction and auctioned off other students, Black students, and
they made a whole flyer for this crap.
Yeah, that was the second. That's the part 2 of that. They did the little auctions, and then when the parents found out, they came out and they said something about it. And then so behind the parents saying something, they did flyers for what the
listing prices. I mean, like,
okay, so basically what you telling me is that y'all passing all y'all classes, so y'all ain't got shit else to do but have some free time to make some.
Who in the hell thought this was a good ass idea?
You know, and here's my thing is this. We always see shit about what these kids is doing. I need to talk to their parents. Fuck them kids. Where's their parents at?
Hey, you just said the words I live by, but yeah, where are the parents? Can we have a parent teacher? Can we have a parent conference real quick? Because how did you miss this?
Oh, I would like to know. And the thing is that the parents be like, oh, well, my kid has freedom of speech, or I like to have, my kid likes to do things the way they want to do it. Where is your parents? I want to speak to the parents. This is actually a real flyer. They just added the Tuesday 420 because this appears on my memories every year. This is actually a real flyer.
But because apparently it started off as one of those social media things. Social media is both a blessing and a curse.
You ain't lying.
And
it's a beast.
What really needs to happen is, parents, if you're listening, pay attention to what your kids are doing online. You are the last defense.
Going back to the kids and the slave trade, I know there was some comments saying, oh, I wouldn't pay this amount of money because of how their hair looked. And it's, again, hate is learned. So I need to get with their parents. Fuck them kids. I need to see what's going down with the parents. Yeah, how do you feel comfortable? How can as a parent, how can you feel comfortable letting your kid go back to school knowing that their classmates are the ones who did that, and that your kid was also on the list, on the auction block list? So, I mean, like I said, in my humble opinion, this stuff is, so I need to get with the parents real quick and see what's good. Like, what level are you on?
Some parents try to pass it off as it's just kids. They're just playing. They don't know any better. That's on you then.
And for you to be in high school and not know any better, then damn, your life is going to fucking suck when you get in the real world. You better pick it up quick. Hosted a slave trade and auctioned off classmates. Like, who thought this was a good idea? You ain't got shit else to do. My God, I'll guarantee you, you're probably on virtual school and failing every class. I'm going to need you to focus. Get into algebra and get the hell off of social media. But I digress. That's neither here nor there. Aledo is, how do you say that? Aledo or Aledo?
It's Aledo.
Aledo, y'all did the whole fucking donkey, a whole food. And I'm completely disgusted with the ISDs and the parents and the kids. And to think about it, these kids their parents are probably our classmates. 9 times out of 10, their parents are our classmates. So it's not like you so old, back born in the 30s and 40s, and you grew up in the 60s. No, you grew up in the 90s with my ass. So I'm completely disgusted and utterly disappointed with the parents in Aledo at the Aledo at their ISD. However, if you'd like to have a conversation with me, feel free to hit me up. Xennials Podcast 7270 at Gmail.
Right. Any one of us, actually, because even the resident white girl has issues with this.
Because you want to say it's disgusting, but at this point, it's not surprising. So
it's disgusting. It's appalling.
It's completely appalling. And to follow that appalling, Greenville ISD. I know there has to be a backstory to this. I just need to hear it. So a teacher apparently had some rowdy acting students. She told the students, hey, calm your ass down. Well, probably not in these words, but calm down or I'm going to put my foot on your neck. And one of the students was like, I bet you won't. And he laid down on the floor and she put her foot on his neck, then proceeded to take a picture. Then proceeded to send the picture out to the mother of the student.
What bothers
with
me
the caption that said, not today. Today's not the day. Also, this was the day that Chauvin was found guilty.
The teacher, no. This gets even more interesting. This teacher was a family friend.
The teacher?
Yes.
You know what? See, that's what I was going to go for. Like, how did she have the mother's phone number to text her like that? And 2, felt comfortable to send her a picture. So I was like, this got to be, she has to know her outside of school. And
the little boy
also
actually defended the teacher.
You know what? The mother is the one who's not complaining. The mother has not complained at all. It's the mother's sister and the mother's brother that are doing the complaining. It's the mother has said nothing. So knowing those facts, I did not know that she was a friend, but I figured that they had to know each other outside of school.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, she was entirely too comfortable to send a picture like that. Either way it goes, it's tasteless. Now here's the thing. I understand that kids can be little assholes, and especially if they know you. Oh, you my mama home girl. I don't give a fuck. That kind of type of thing. I get that, but damn. That's not what we doing. That's not. But you know what? You can only do what you're allowed to do. The teacher felt comfortable enough to send this picture to the mom. Why? She was allowed to do it. So at this point, okay, I do believe the ISD is coming for the teacher, but at this point,
she
it's
has
like,
resigned.
Oh, the teacher resigned.
Yes, they were actually set to discuss her termination, but she resigned before that took place.
Again, the mother, she allowed it. It is what it is. You can't, I saw that and I was like, what the hell? But then I was like, it's got to be more to the story. At the end of the day, you can't even be mad with the teacher. That's
the little boy's on the news defending her.
See?
He wants her back at school. He wants her back in the classroom.
Yeah,
which bothers me on other levels.
It bothers me for the fact that, one, he was okay doing this shit. Like, okay, you were acting the whole ass in her classroom. She felt comfortable enough to say to you whatever she said, and you felt comfortable enough laying down on the floor and taking a picture with her foot on your neck, and then sending it to his mama. So I'm honestly, I can't even be mad at the teacher because the family is comfortable letting it happen. So I ain't even mad at the teacher. Stupid games, stupid prizes, stupid people.
I'm more mad with the family and then society as a whole. And I know that my words mean nothing, but please know that on behalf of those of us without pigmentation, I apologize for stupidity. The fact that we have reached a point where children of color, regardless of the color of their skin, feel that this is acceptable as a joke just because it's someone they know, speaks more about subject for another day. But I'm sorry, this I promise I've done my part to raise mine better.
The fact that you can't help everybody. People is stupid, people are dumb. Unfortunately, they are the people. So they gonna have to, boy. Listen, I knew it was something up. See, I didn't know everything that you had said, but I knew it was something up when you felt comfortable enough to send this picture out to the kid's mom. I didn't know that it was a family friend and the kid was like, "Oh, bring my teacher back" or nothing like that. But I knew that it was something up where she felt that she was so comfortable, and the fact that she is not the one on TV. She's not the one coming at them with the whole, okay, this is so wrong. It's her brother and her sister. Or I'm not even going to say her brother and sister. I'm going to say the uncle and aunt of the kid. So it could be the dad's look. I don't know. But I knew it had to be something when the mom ain't even defending the kid. So it is what it was on that one. Okay, so the Highland Park ISD, Carol was saying that it is, what do you call it? It's
like a newsletter, or like an I don't think it's like an Evite. I think it's just like a update to probably like some group.
Right. And so they were saying that the kids are too woke or whatever. The kids are going to be who the kids are going to be. There's been plenty of videos on social media of kids outing their parents. So if this is how a kid thinking that this is my friend, I'm going to stand up for my friend, whatever, it is what it is. You can't just be like, oh, your kids are entirely too woke. You need to calm that shit down.
I think that this dad just saw an opportunity to get salty, and like, dude, if your kids are going to be influenced, they're going to get influenced way more by TikTok, unfortunately, in this day and age, than anything that you find in a textbook. Like,
Facts.
And yeah, I think that if a kid's going to decide to be woke, it's not going to be because a teacher told him it was cool to be woke. I think it's going to be because, like, if anybody does, it'll probably be someone, like, I don't know, in their community that's telling them. It depends on what woke is, because the right sees the term woke as like left and super liberal and like the snowflake idea, and I don't necessarily see it as that. I think it's just being able to see like maybe some stuff that we did back in the day is offensive, and don't, like, I don't know, it's a lens that you look through in hindsight to see that things are offensive. And woke, in quotes, just means that you're smart enough to realize not to do offensive shit.
And that's pretty much it. I don't think that's something that you can stop the kid from doing, being that if that's who they are, then that's just who they are. So these schools been acting donkey. So
Come on.
yeah, moving right along. Politicking. We ain't gonna stay here long. What is it, Chris? Here for a good time, not a long time?
Pretty much.
We ain't gonna stay here long, but politicking. HB 1927 passes the House. HB 1927 is... Hey, Caraway, is this up your alley?
This is the open carry, or like the constitutional carry bill, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Is
think
that
that's
what it's
probably-
being called constitutional carry?
Yeah, because the way that they're phrasing it, any rule to stop you from bearing an arm is against your constitutional right. I think, like, I don't know, I think it'll die where it's at. I don't think it'll go much further.
Yeah, Lieutenant Governor, what's his name?
Abbott.
No.
Is it? No,
Lindsay? No. Is it Lindsay?
it's feminine.
Is it Lindsay? I thought it was... Okay, the Lieutenant Governor of Texas has even said that he doesn't think it's going to get past Senate votes. He thinks it's going to lack the Senate votes in order to pass. But as Caraway was saying, it's kind of like, it's not, it's
You don't have to have a license.
Yeah.
As long as you can legally own the firearm,
Right.
you're not a convicted felon, mentally defective by a court of law, or like, you know, like if you can legally possess a gun, you can carry it, whether it be on your hip, concealed. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's smart at all to carry a defensive weapon on your hip and announce to people that you have like a weapon on you.
But you know what? There's people out there who has to show you how big their balls are.
That's a big dick move. That has nothing to do with most of those people that prance around with like judges and 500 series revolvers and shit, wonders of it. Like, they'd probably break their hand. And it's always like, I don't know, older bikers and shit that I feel like, you know what I'm talking about. Crazy fancy leather holsters. I'm of the variety that the less people that know that I'm armed, the only person I want to know I'm armed is myself and the person that I filed the paperwork to get my concealed carry license from. That's the ideal way to do it. Nobody should know you have one, but people have it in their head that it'd be safer for every single person to like walk around with a firearm. And I don't think that's true. I think law-abiding citizens should be all right, but everybody, no, dude.
Yeah, I think that's my issue, that everybody would have that freedom and opportunity to. It just sounds scary. It sounds scary, and even the police are like, yeah, this is a horrible mistake. This is not gonna go well at all.
Well,
and I
mean,
think I'm gonna ride with them on that one, because it seems like, hey, that it's gonna be a little bit more dangerous, and they're gonna know a little bit less if they roll up on you and you just got the gun just sitting there like, what's popping? No, that's a bad look for everybody.
I think that like society as a whole benefits from as many people that are educated with firearms having them. Like, don't get me wrong, I do think that there needs to be more people. I think that it's like, fuck yeah, every woman that's walking around that doesn't feel secure should be allowed to have a firearm and have the capable means to defend herself. But there's just one bad apple will ruin it for everybody else. Stephen Paddock like killed bump stocks for everybody.
This is some April is fucked up, bro. This is some sick shit. This is just, like, who would even think that this is something fun and cute to play with?
People have issues. I mean, I think what happened is we all got stuck in the house last year, and just people lost their fucking mind, and they came out the house and just lost their fucking mind.
Yeah.
That's my take. People do the absolute most for the absolute unnecessary ass reasons. It's like Alfred said in Batman. Some people just like to see the world burn.
Oh, I was just to say people do the most. Okay, no, he didn't say that. That wasn't his fault.
Some people just like to see the world burn, and that is what you get when you get people that do dumb shit.
Dumb shit.
I do love the idea though of Alfred going like, sometimes people they be doing the most.
I mean, that would have been cool as hell.
Yeah, it would have been. I like that. I like that.
Cool as hell for Alfred to do. Yeah, but yeah, what else we got? Let's go.
Senate Bill 7, the Texas proposed voter restrictions. I'm going on record. I can't stand politics. I hate politics.
This is where they're requiring voter ID or a form of identification to get a voter ID, right?
Which is amazing to me, because anytime I've ever gone to vote, either they ask me for my voter's registration card or they ask me for my ID. So I don't understand how.
I feel like there's already processes in place to stop people. I do think you should be required to show an ID when you vote, but some form of proof.
Yeah, I don't.
But everywhere I know.
I don't know anybody that's ever voted that didn't show their ID.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Me because it's just like, I know for a fact I've voted every year since I've been here, and I'm just like, I have to show ID every year, and they send me a voter's registration card in the mail just about every other year or every couple of years or however that thing goes. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Senate Bill 7.
Here we go.
Will limit how local officials can expand voting options, will regulate the distribution of polling places in urban areas, require paper trails for voting, set new rules for voting by mail, regulating donations to counties, setting new rules for removing people from the voter rolls, enhancing poll watcher freedom, and requiring the recording of vote counting.
Now, I want to go back to the first one, limiting how officials. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Isn't all that stuff already law?
Yeah, I feel like nothing
sort of
is already law. Like there are laws in place that pretty much say the same thing already.
Yes, to an extent. Now here's the thing. The thing about it for me personally, limiting how local officials expand voting options. Basically, they're saying that they would be able to cut the time down for early voting. So from instead of 7, I think it's like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., it would be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., which is when people are at work. And now you're cutting into their money. So
it's also a law that your employer has to, doesn't your employer have to let you go vote? If you say, hey, I need to vote, they have
to. But they don't have to pay you to do it.
Which, I mean, hey,
if your money, if every dime counts and you go on living paycheck to paycheck and you work 9 to 5, then you
But
have
it would
no
be kind
chance
of
to
hard
vote.
for somebody to argue that their entire life got fucked because they missed, yeah, you can miss a bill or something, but if your life gets fucked because you had to take 30 minutes off to go vote, like, bro, you need to manage your money better either way.
I mean, if
But
you're getting paid $7.25 an hour, and every hour counts.
I do think they should provide free transportation. I think that during voting times, like, DART should be free, and it should go to Grand Prairie. Like, if you're going to limit times and places for people to vote, you need to make it to where every single person can get there for free and has enough time to do it.
It is. There's certain portions of what you just said that is a thing. But I'm again still confused as to the point of it all. I understand
the point of it all is that everybody thought that the last election was rigged and stolen, and so now they're putting in places and laws to make sure that it's not rigged and stolen again. Unfortunately, the urban communities and the lower income communities are the ones getting hit. No one else is.
Okay. Before you say anything, Caraway, let me ask this question and put this out here, because I keep hearing that same argument over and over again, but no one ever presents a solution to that. Like, how is it that we can't learn how to play the same game? If the game is being played, when do we stop? When do we start as a community start to play the game?
Come through, Captain America.
Play the
game.
Come
through.
The way that they're playing
America.
chess, we're playing checkers. We need to start playing chess, and then we need to jump the board and play something else. Because at the end of the day, what counts is what we're being told is our vote counts. So we have many different ways of doing that. We need to start playing the game. We need to get better at the game. And if we can't get better at the game, then unfortunately we're stuck with what we're stuck with. But there has to be a knowledge of how to play this game and how to work this system to the best of our ability, to your ability, to anybody's ability, using the resources that is in the laws right now.
Come through, Cap. Come through, Cap.
I think you're right. I think that y'all are, because, like, when did y'all actually start to like feel like your vote even mattered for shit? It was like the 60s, right? Like,
Never.
Honestly, you're right. Yeah.
To be dead honest, even though the voting act was the 1960s, I think 64, 65 was guaranteed for our community, we still don't to this day feel as if our vote counts. And that's half of our biggest problem. The other half of our problem is we're not playing the same game. We're playing checkers.
Now here's my thing.
I feel like
I am for voting locally. Yes, I strongly believe your vote counts locally, but nationwide, man. But locally,
I don't think we should have
put
one
in
dude.
the work.
I don't think it's smart to have one guy running the country in the first place. And as far as, like, we're playing chess, dude, like, we've had, like, run of the country and when I say this, like, you know what I mean. You know that I don't mean, like, the white man. I just mean, like, white people in general, and, like, the system has run the country since 1776, before that, and since the 1400s, like, and we've had so much time to kind of set it up in the way kind of like boomers sort of set their generation up to live comfortably, and then the second that we got born, like, oh, look at all this debt, sorry, like, and now y'all are having to play and finally getting a chance to shift the game into what you want. It's not like checkers versus chess, it's like checkers versus, a console game, an entirely different thing altogether, because you guys have had the odds stacked against you. And unfortunately, in the day and age where the media is, like, everywhere, everybody's got a cell phone, and if one person fucks up your cause, hundreds of people will not want to join it and think it's, like, if one person does something that makes BLM look like a terrorist organization, that's going to sway so many people. And what happens is peaceful protests always start out peaceful, and then because of a point that somebody tries to make too enthusiastically, and whether it be voting rights or police, brutality or something like that, it sets people back. And
somebody throws a chair, and then it just
The
all
shit
goes.
just pops off, and it's
Somebody
like
throws a chair.
there are people that don't, dude. It's just like whenever you're in class. Do you remember being in high school and you'd be sitting there wanting to learn, but some asshole keeps yelling and disrupting the class, and you're like, bro. Eventually, you get tired of it. You say, bro, stop, because I'm trying to make progress with my life. You don't give a fuck about this, but me and these 30 other kids do. But still, it doesn't matter. At the end of the class period, you didn't learn shit and you got nowhere. And in 6 weeks, you're going to get tested on this shit. And then in the next 6 weeks, you're never going to go back to it. Like, it works the same way with defunding the police, or, you know, like changing voter laws or gun control. If one person fucks up, everything's fucked up. One person shoots up a school with an AR-15, nobody can have ARs. One person, you know, causes some disruption during a protest, and now, yeah, the riot police were here because he was being an asshole an hour ago, but they're still gonna be here. Like, they just fucked it up. Now our voice and our the point that we were trying to make doesn't matter, because the only reason that the news is covering this shit is because we have 40 fucking riot officers hitting us with flashbangs.
Agreed.
And Durant. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What you got, Ames? You got that look on your face like you got one. What you got?
Oh, I'm already moved on to our next topic.
Oh. Next, I'm
apologize.
sorry.
We apologize.
The-
We sorry.
Next one is Georgia's voting restrictions, aka SB 202. It kind of sort of sounds almost pretty much like what Texas is trying to do, except they went ahead and did it fully, completely. And I put this on here basically because Stacey Abrams, I love sis right there. Stacey Abrams, she and I forget what his name, but the senator, I think he was a senator of Kentucky. He was asking Stacey, how is this Republican Senator John Kennedy? What? Was asking Stacey, how did she feel? Did she feel like the restrictions were racist? And she said, yeah, to an extent. He said, give me an explanation, you know. And sis had a list. And I just wanted to point out, Stacey Abrams is not the one to fuck with. And she actually has her own, she started I forget what it's called, but she started a voter thing to watch out for stuff like this in particular. And so she went head to head with this dude. Also, who was it? Somebody pulled out from Atlanta. They were going to have, can't remember if it was like, what do you call it?
Sporting.
It was sports.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was football or baseball.
I think it was baseball.
It was an all-star game. I think it was the
baseball.
Yeah, the all-star game.
Yeah,
where,
baseball
they have
all-star game this year.
Yeah, and they pulled out because of the voting restrictions in Georgia. So I just wanted to make mention of that Stacey, oh boy, John Kennedy.
What were her points?
Basically, she said some stuff that I had said as far as the timing. Here,
I think that from
share it with you.
the thing that I've heard about why it's racist is because it's harder for people in poor income communities to like get birth certificate or like, you know, paperwork that would require identification to get a voter ID, and like public transportation being an issue, shit like that. And I don't know. I feel like if you can get a driver's license, it's the same stuff. It's just social security card, birth certificate, and driver's license.
Yeah, I think it swings into, because both laws pretty much sound the same, except for Georgia pretty much have theirs enacted, and that's all I got for Georgia.
Yeah,
Georgia,
there's actually passed. We're just introducing it.
Yeah, we're just. I think Georgia set an example for other states to try to follow, and you know, unfortunately, yes, this could be a good thing. Yes, this can be this can be a bad. There's so many variables that we really have to be vigilant. Is all I can say. You have to be vigilant and cognizant of what the game is, what the rules of the game is, and how you can play the game to benefit you versus benefiting someone else. And I think that's what a lot of people have to take away from this. Yes, it comes off as racist. Yes, it comes off as oppressive. Well, if we don't play,
it's very Machiavellian to like just say sorry, but the ends outweigh the means, so I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I need. Like if you're playing against somebody in soccer who's better than you, and you have to break their leg in order to be the best person in soccer, like
you're not playing. You're pretty much destroying the entire game, and that's what they're doing here. You know, with these laws, is like you're pretty much destroying the democratic foundation of our country. You know, the entire reason why we have a country, you know, is because there were laws in England that people didn't agree with, and they were like, you know what, these are oppressive, these are suppressive, you know, we got to go find somewhere else to go with this. And unfortunately, they came to America, and we all know the rest of the story after that. But this is nuts. This is really, really nuts.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so our next subject topics, Hollyweird. Because Hollywood is weird AF, but it's been a pretty somber month in Hollywood. So, first thing first, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Okay.
This one's all you, hon. This one's
all me. Hey! As the lover and adorer of the Marvel Universe, since my co-host can't get with the program. Falcon and Winter Soldier, their last episode premiered very early Friday morning. It was a very nice, refreshing intro to this show. I'm hearing that this is a show. This is an actual show now. They've actually picked it up. They're about to push forward on some stuff. But this is where the Falcon is now Captain America. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new America's ass. And the round brown is nice. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Come on,
give me the new Captain America and Shamar Moore and call me an Oreo.
You know what? Hey.
And this is the part of the show that I'm not involved in. All right. Yeah.
Look, okay. Captain America's the new ass is a mighty fine. It's a mighty fine ass. So his suit, Captain America's suit, was made by the Wakandans. Sure, he did the damn thing. He does have wings on that, and he does have the original Captain America shield. He's looking awfully nice, awfully mighty in all that white and look, I'm not even going to try to take away from Bucky, because that man pulls down. What can that hand do is all I'm saying. Listen, so continuing on with the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Magic hand. They ain't never gonna get tired.
The magic hand. Oh, shut up, girl. Let me go on with this. Listen, I'm trying to hurry up and move past. Okay, so most importantly, they hit some good ass points. They did some subliminals up in that bitch that if you was watching, if you know. They did. Listen, I ain't gonna call out nobody on our panel, but one of our DC hosts saw it before I did and told me about it. So if he was impressed, the motherfucking show was good. They hit on some good things. They said it was subliminals there. One subliminal I'm gonna point out is that there's the other Captain America who is now U.S. agent. If you are into the whole Marvel comics, you know where I'm going with this. He's now U.S. agent, but he came to help fight, and that was cool and everything. But he wanted to avenge Battlestar, his homeboy, his best friend, and he came to her, and the girl was like, "Hey, man, I don't know. I'm not trying to fight. I'm sorry he died, but that person, he don't matter to my cause." And he said, "Are you saying that his life didn't matter?" Battlestar's black. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you even caught that. But I was like, okay, go ahead, then Disney Plus. And then at the end, Captain America gave one of the best speeches ever, who hit on some raw ass, real ass points of how he knows how it looks to America, how people can't stand him for wearing the flag. Black people don't like the fact that he got the flag on. White people don't like the fact that he got the flag on. But this his country, damn it. And fuck what you talk about. That's all I'm gonna say about this one. If y'all ain't seen it, y'all need to see it. The show is 6 episodes long, and I just really, really wish some Marvel exec or Kevin Feige would hear this podcast so that he can run us our money. But if not, Falcon and Winter Soldier, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I'll admit my enthusiasm for the show, or my intention of watching the show isn't that high. Your enthusiasm alone kind of makes me want to.
It's a good show. It's
Yeah,
a good show.
Listen,
might give it a shot.
she's got a streak going, man. Let's keep her on the streak. Okay?
And I really wasn't even gonna talk about it, but then I was convinced to talk about it. I said, let me go see the show because I ain't seen the show. And I saw the show, the last episode of the show, that is. And I was like, oh, we gonna talk about this shit right here. Other things we are going to talk about is that in a matter of a week and a half, we lost three hip hop greats back to back. DMX died. DMX, Darkman X, died on April 9th. Right behind him, Black Rob died. Oh, I'm sorry. Black Rob died first on April 7th. DMX died on April 9th. Yeah, Black Rob died on April 7th. DMX died on April 9th. Shock G died on April 22nd.
Hold on, babe. Black Rob died after DMX because Black Rob actually sent a message to DMX's family. It was like,
Oh, so when did he die?
Black Rob died a week after D, I think it was.
I thought he died on April 7th.
No. Because when D died, he literally sent out, that's how we all knew he was sick, because he sent out a tweet or something, and he, from his hospital bed, literally was like, man, heartbroken.
You know what?
Passed away or whatever.
My apologies. April 17th.
Yeah,
not
there we
April
go.
7th.
Yeah,
April
there we
17th. My apologies.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad. My fault.
Yeah.
But we lost DMX, we lost Black Rob, and we lost Shock G. And for those of you who are Xennials or just flat out fans, y'all know we took a hit. We took a loss this month.
Girl.
And right? It's just,
Y'all know who Action Bronson is?
Yeah,
the name sounds familiar.
He's a rapper. He's a rapper who does like cooking shows and stuff as well. Kind of a big dude. His wife is Peruvian and was in labor for like 27 hours or some shit trying to have their kid, and they had like flute music going the entire time and the kid would not come out. So he's like, all right, let's try my shit. He put on Rough Riders Anthem, and the second they said shut him down, open up, drop, that baby shot across the room into the doctor's arms.
This is a good story.
And yeah, it's sad because I remember like it was a little weird whenever I discovered DMX, because I was like, it was one of the first groups that I was like, dude, can I even bump this in a car without like, do I have permission to listen to this shit? And like, as hyped as he made people, it didn't fucking matter. Like that energy that he put out, no DMX concert would suck if it was the performance that he was giving you anywhere close to the music that he was putting out. And it sucks that he had to go out the way that he did.
These were my Friday night in the club jam.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a part of my past is gone.
I mean, okay. This was definitely the hype music soundtrack to the Friday night club
for
hopping.
sure. Yeah, if DMX isn't on either your workout mixtape or your hype music to go to the club, then you need to reevaluate your entire being as a person, because you have no rhythm and you have problems.
Yeah, I mean, and Shock G, I don't know no one who don't know how to do the hump dance. It's your chance to do the hump. I don't know anybody who don't know how. You know, if it was not for Shock G, we would not have met Tupac the way we met Tupac, man. So, man, we took an L this month. We lost some good people. We took a whole L this month.
And just because, before we move on to the next one, Black Rob with Whoa, like,
Wow.
that's not on your
Whoa.
list either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
Like, whoa.
that was the car. That bumps in my car regularly. Like, I think I blew a speaker with that song. Let's go.
We threw that in the car. We had the mix CD that was, pre-bought. Throw that in. You hit the ones that you wanted. Yeah, look, I bought it from Walmart like that. All right, don't judge. I didn't make it. That's how I bought
it
it.
was even censored too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it now 7?
No.
Hip hop now.
No. See, there was a time when you could buy the explicit lyrics at Walmart too. You just had to show ID.
True.
Yeah, you had to look for the little sticker.
Yep. You better believe I dug through it. Still
Good
got that
times.
CD.
Good times. R.I.P. to our
To
our
legends, man.
legends, our Friday night hype crew, our pre-gamers, the hype men of that century, of that millennium right there. R.I.P. to them. R.I.P. also to LeBron's deleted tweet. LeBron put out a tweet and deleted it, and it was a little premature, I guess, and it totally, I don't know.
Dude.
Okay, people are human, but as celebrities, I don't understand why some of these celebrities don't think about this stuff a little bit beforehand. But I do get it. You in the heat of the moment and you just do that. But the tweet was, it was no bueno. LeBron.
See,
I see what he was trying to do, but he just, yeah.
Damn. It's a hard one because it's like,
it was just immature. It was premature.
Yeah, like what are you doing, dude?
It was just premature.
You have one job. Like, I'm not gonna use that term, but you have one job. Like, don't fuck up two jobs. Don't fuck up in the public light because you're a huge role model and have crazy amounts of sponsors and are like fighting neck and neck with Lewis Hamilton to be the top paid athlete of like recorded fucking history. Just when it comes to anything that's negative, make an appearance somewhere. Don't tweet.
Or here, just check your emotions before you press.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's really where I understand where he was coming from, and Caraway, I understand where you're coming from too. You know, even though I understand, but you got to check your emotions at the door before you hit tweet, and especially in the position that LeBron is in. You're right, he is a role model to those. You know, people listen to LeBron when he speaks, and you really just gotta, and it's almost for everybody. You got to check your emotions before you hit that button, because once you hit that button, it goes out there. And for every tweet that you delete, trust me, somebody already screenshotted it by the time you
exactly. It ain't never
That's
gonna
why
go
I don't
away.
have Twitter.
Now it's a thing, you know. So yeah, you just got to check your emotions at the door before you do anything.
Agreed. So, R.I.P.
Yeah.
LeBron's deleted tweet.
You
there's
think
that.
he'll lose sponsors?
No,
No, I don't think so.
No, because he admitted, look, I shouldn't have done it. He backtracked. He did it in a timely fashion. And
I think that's where you can see where someone's emotions made them were acting blindly, or whether they had an ad hominem thing behind him. You know what I mean? Like if he would have just, him coming back out and saying like, oh, I fucked up quickly, probably the best way to remedy that situation.
Next subject. Ayo, Dre. I got something to say. I don't know Dre, but it was a great line. Listen.
it was.
As long as you don't forget about him.
Yeah, as long as you don't forget about him. So listen, we had some bullshit happen this year. This month. I'm gonna go ahead. Disclaimer: I'm terrified of what summer may bring, because when it gets hot, that's when shit get lit, and it's not hot yet. So hopefully we won't have to make another current events such as this month. But don't hold you guys' breath, because I'm sure it's popping. It's gonna happen. So we'll start with Dante Wright, 20-year-old Dante Wright out of Minnesota. Was he out of Minneapolis? Because I think it says Brooklyn something.
Yeah, it's a suburb outside of Minneapolis.
Okay, so Dante Wright got shot, pulled over, got shot as he was I think he was running because he had a warrant for his arrest or something. And the police officer shot him thinking that she tased him. I just have so many questions because I'm not a police officer, but I thought the taser was on the other side.
26 years on the force, you should know the difference between a taser and a handgun.
I have a taser. I don't have a handgun just yet. I do have a taser. My taser is kind of light. I don't know if police issued tasers are the same
Is it
weight
an X26?
as the gun.
Is it an X26?
It'll
say it on the side of it.
Don't get me lying. I don't know what.
Do you have cartridges that come with it?
Oh, my taser?
Yeah.
No, my taser is.
Then you have a
completely-
drive stun taser. You have one
Yeah.
that you have to make. No.
I charge.
Um,
I charge.
Yeah, no. Even though you don't have an X26, which she was using, inexcusable. The body does crazy shit when you're going through adrenaline and you make stupid fucking mistakes. But there's a reason why we have people that have been trained to filter out those stupid fucking mistakes in a way that when they hear chaos, they run towards it rather than away from it. When you have people that make stupid fucking mistakes, like pulling a firearm, like even if it was an adrenaline dump moment, no, you're the person that we weeded out of the community, that we've put like hundreds of hours in training in just using this like one form of like detaining, like this one form of use. You've got every year you have to take a course on it. I'm sure there's got to be refresher courses. It's not, you don't get a taser and take a class and that's it. Like you have to go back and refresh that shit. And for her to make that mistake is like, even if it was like her brain was clouded by adrenaline, you shouldn't be in the position. Like you can't be a shepherd if you're just gonna beat the shit out of your sheep with your own crook.
Yeah, agreed. So I guess my question, was this a situation that a taser, well, was this a weapon situation? Should a weapon have even been thought of? Okay, he has a warrant, he's about to run.
She saw a guy struggling with them, and their concern is if he grabs his belt buckle, we're never going to get him out of the car. The only way to stop him from having any motor function is to deploy a taser. Still, no. If the dude doesn't want to get out of the car, you make sure he doesn't have a weapon and that's like within access. And that doesn't mean like pulling him out of the car and checking him. That just means, all right, if you want to talk to a supervisor, go ahead and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move him from there and wait. And when he gets here, we can talk about it. And then maybe you can de-escalate the situation, which I don't even like using that word because it's like a hindsight kind of thing. Like, but you have a higher chance of negotiating the person, even if they have warrants, out of the vehicle if you show them that you're willing to kind of, I don't know, if you find an even ground. I know there's a word for it that I'm fucking...
Kind of like willing to work with them?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm spacing on this word, but like, yeah, if you meet them on an even and show them you're willing to work with them, there's a good chance that, look, you got warrants, you're gonna go to jail tonight, we'll chase you if we have to. Do you want to call people and arrange for your job to cover your shift and stuff like that so that we can do this in the fastest way possible? Nobody has to get hurt, ripped out of their car, I don't have to break your window. Like, you know, we can avoid all of that if you just chill out. And I'm not even saying that he was overreacting. When you get told that you're going to jail because you have warrants, I'm sure you go into a fight or flight situation. And when I've known people that they were totally compliant until the actual act of putting the handcuff on, and just something about, okay, now I'm out of control, they just flee. And adrenaline, stupid mistakes get made, but the everyday person shouldn't have to face the level of violence that they commonly face just because they don't know that this cop might be willing to work with me if I don't freak the fuck out.
The next one, we got Andrew Brown Jr., 40, North Carolina. Andrew Brown Jr. happened after we had the script, so had to go back and do a little bit on Andrew Brown Jr., and he was shot and killed while having a drug-related warrant served. He was in his car. They were trying to serve the warrant. He attempted to drive off, and they shot him and killed him. Shot him in the back and killed him. I'm not familiar with warrants being served, but that just seemed excessive. I don't know if is a warrant, serving a warrant, like serving court papers where you have to give it to that person and put it in their hand, or
it's a paper bond that says that you have to take that person into custody, pretty much.
But so you serve the warrant, and at that moment you get arrested.
It depends if it's an arrest warrant or if it's a seizure warrant. You know, the warrant can be, we need to go into this place and get this item in particular. It can be as specific as the cell phone that you chewed on earlier today at work, or it can be this person.
Okay, so they're saying it was a drug-related search and arrest warrant.
Okay, so they probably knew that there was somebody in the house and narcotics in the house, so they decided to issue something saying, hey, if this person is there, we have proof that he's, arrestable, and if there are narcotics there, look for him and find him.
Well, so they attempted to serve this warrant. He was attempted to drive away, and they shot him as he was driving off. He ended up dying, and this is one of those.
I haven't seen the video, so I can't.
You may not see the video because they're not releasing body cam.
So that's normal.
Now this is
Wait.
people-
And an update on that one before you go any further. They are pressing the judge to release the body cam footage. The sheriff came out and said that he wants that body cam footage out. So that's what I read today. That's how.
Now,
I
is this
read
the
that story.
was it the sheriff that
Everybody's
issued
mad
the
at?
warrant? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same sheriff. So he's asking the judge to release the body cam footage. So
You know
for
what?
the sake of transparency and all of that.
Yeah, not even being funny, but when it came to that Fort Worth police officer we were talking about earlier, he quick, fast, in a hurry. He said, give me 48 hours at the most and I got your body cam. That's what I'm talking about. If there was more transparency, I think there would be a little bit more trust, but I digress. We're waiting on the body cam.
I need to understand why 3 separate officers shot at this man.
Listen, and from what I'm reading, 7 officers are placed on leave at the moment.
I can tell you that.
There are 7 officers on leave, but 3 deputies fired their guns.
Next case is I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look, I'm gonna put it down. I'm putting it down now. I'm sorry. Okay, next one is Antoine Austin, 42, California. Antoine Austin is alive. However, he's highly pissed off. He is suing the LA, I think it's LAPD, LA County PD. He's suing PD in LA. Basically, a man says he went out to get his trash cans and was ran up on by 2 officers trying to arrest him. Body cam footage showed the officers pulling up, saying, hey, is that him? I don't know, probably. Getting out and going to arrest the man. Come to find out they were actually looking for a white guy. So he want money. Antoine Austin is a producer in LA, and him and his girlfriend came outside of the apartment to defend her boyfriend, and in the process, she just got out the shower. FYI, she had on a robe. FYI, titties and ass everywhere because they were pulling her away. And so
I saw the video.
She pissed, he pissed, they suing.
They about to get paid.
Yeah, their kids, their grandkids are never going to have to work.
Moving on to the next case, please.
Yeah, so that Antoine Austin.
I need $20.
That was that was.
If you ever hear this, bro,
I
we support you.
You know what? I don't know if it's just to touch on this and keep it moving. I don't know if it's that sometimes officers forget that they have body cams and the body cams got mics. So when you looking for somebody and you don't know who you're looking for, you might not want to pull up on the first black dude you see and say that's the dude.
Especially in LA, where I'm sorry, but if I saw Schoolboy Q in public and I didn't know him, I'd be like, who is this homeless dude? Why is everybody following him? Like fashion there, like Easy sells shirts for like $700 that are just a t-shirt with holes in them. Like you never know that the dude that you're fucking with is way richer than you are. I mean,
the guy that you pulled up on, at least for the love of Pablo Escobar, let that guy be the same color. At least him, if you looking for a white dude, put up on the white dude, my dude. If you
was it a good neighborhood?
Yes.
Oh, then
yes.
Because he'll afford a good. If he was taking his trash out and he was living there, bro. He's set. I think I called Johnny.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
It's gonna go down.
Now, this did happen, I believe, a year ago or a year or two ago.
I remember seeing it a couple months ago.
Yeah, it did happen sometime. But anyway, next one, Makia. I'm not sure if it's Makia or Makaya Bryant, 16, Ohio. Who Who's on this one? Who touching this one?
I'm gonna go right back to what I said about the
deadly force.
There has to be. I've been having conversations with a lot of people all week about this one. She was 15. There were 3 cops standing around. There are 2 cops already standing around, and a third getting out of the car. She's 15. You mean to tell me you couldn't get a 15-year-old?
Man.
Now here's my thing. I'm gonna say this. I've had one thought about this, and I've had another thought about this. And okay, I was actually talking to my cousin earlier about this, and she did put up a pretty good point of the fact that it was moving real fast and the girl was completely enraged. And in the process, okay, y'all know me and y'all know how I am. I see what's happening, but I need to know why. How did we get here? And I can't feel like I can bring a good, solid commentary conclusion to this case because I don't know how we get here. I'm trying to understand, who was those girls? How are they in your house? Why is your parents standing around? Why is your daddy fighting one of the girls? How did you get a knife? I mean, I just need to understand what happened to lead up to here. I am not a deadly force person. I do believe that you could have easily, there's 4 extremities, pick one. I also saw my cousin's point where she was like, the girl was enraged, she blacked out, she saw black. Somebody was going to have to get shot, stabbed, hurt, and the cop was trying to defend the lady against the knife. And I totally see that, but at the same time, my brain doesn't understand deadly force. So.
And I caught that argument, and that's the argument that a lot of people have made to me, is that deadly force was technically necessary in the situation. However, I'm thinking to myself, from the clips of the videos that I watched, 1, she's 15. 2, there was a point where the cop that shot her was in that close vicinity of her when she tossed that girl to the ground. That cop was standing right there. And at no point in time deadly force is one of those situations where I feel like we could have done better. I mean, it's probably going to come out to be, well, not probably. In a lot of people's eyes, it's justifiable. I get it. But I think we could have did better. That's just my opinion. I think we could have done better.
I'm the why person. I'm the how we got here person. I'm the what the hell were your parents doing on the sideline watching this shit happen?
Because her mom was not there. Her mom
was standing next to her dad by
grandma.
The car. Oh, that's her grandma?
Yeah,
okay,
her mom
was
was never at the scene. And was it her dad or was it somebody else?
It was her dad.
It was her dad.
The guy in gray.
So yeah, why is it? Because Micaiah was the one that called the police.
Okay,
called the police.
They were saying they didn't know who did it, who called the police.
From what I
think it was her.
Heard, they showed up because they were gonna jump her.
Right, she called the police and said, "Hey,
probably
I'm about to get
media shit.
Probably, I'm about to get jumped, and I have a knife
They're
to
gonna
defend
stab
myself."
me.
Yeah, and
so already
here we are.
Already, all a cop knows from there is that they're gonna show up to someone getting attacked with a knife. That I can understand. Like, as far as age, dude, it's unfortunate. And like, it's a very sad loss, and it could have been prevented. There's technology that we have that probably could have been. They have buckshot that is literally just a taser that it hits you with the force of a beanbag, so fucking ow, and then it hits you with 50,000 volts for an 8-second period, and then it tracks you and won't fucking come off of your clothes. So if like, there are things that we could do, and it's a matter of funding. Like, you have to fund the police in order to be able to buy that technology, and it sucks, but
or you gotta fund them correctly.
Yeah, you're right. You have to budget. If we had an itemized list to say, hey, we want our officers to have this and this, there's no reason they need to have this. Why did, like, either way, it's unfortunate. He had to do what he had to do.
Yeah, again, like I said, I'm just one of those. I need to know. I need backstory. I need origin stories and shit. Yeah, Micaiah, I don't know. Bryant, 16 or 15, Ohio. Army Lieutenant Caron Nazario, 42, out of Virginia. This happened last winter or the winter before last. Army lieutenant was pulled over in his uniform. I forget what they pulled him over for. Light or something? I don't know. Okay, I forget what
He had
the
registration tag.
the registration tags that they said that they couldn't see, but if you look at the picture, you can see. Anyway, they pulled him over for the registration tags. I don't know exactly how elevated. I guess they felt like he was not complying or complying fast enough, but they pepper sprayed him, and I guess even in a uniform, that's all I could say of. It's like, damn, even in a uniform, he was a threat. Both hands up in a uniform. I mean, what y'all got? Because I mean, that's pretty much that's completely and utterly disgusting to me. Uniform.
I think it was a shit show. I think the officers fucked themselves by behaving unprofessionally.
Like what?
And they're probably gonna have to pay this motherfucker because they used OC spray, which like has no effect on a dude like that.
I was going to say he took it like a champ.
Well,
I don't know if he's already trained for that.
He got some in basic, but he serves
he
serves in a pretty much medical role unit. Like he doesn't do anything that he's never seen combat or anything. But those cops were dicks. He didn't deserve that, but he is a repeat offender. There are videos of him being pulled over for the exact same thing like a month before this incident, and every time he, like, in the one incident, he gets pulled over for speeding, and he's like, well, now that I'm waiting on a speeding ticket, I feel like I'm gonna have to speed to make up for the time that I lost. And it's like, he just kind of, they're all assholes in my opinion, but he still didn't, just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you deserve to be maced. Like, that's fucked, especially when you're being as compliant as he was.
The police report on that particular incident states that he willfully and wantonly disregarded the police lights and sirens before pulling over.
Willfully and wantonly disregarded.
See,
So
Because he saw the lights,
he kept it going.
He kept going until he felt safe because the road was darkened. He chose to pull into a lit gas
You
station.
gotta call.
Is that not a
911,
law?
bro.
I thought that was
No,
like a
you have
law.
to. You have to call. Well, you don't have
it's
to,
not a law?
but
Okay.
it's understood that you have to call 911. Like that's what I would do if I was getting pulled over and I thought this person might not be a cop or I want to get to a safer area. I'm gonna call 911 and say, hey, I'm being pulled over. I'm in this car. I'm gonna stop. I just want to stop somewhere where this officer can approach my vehicle in a safe manner. And if they tell me, okay, no, you're not being stopped right now, then you know, all right, well, tell me where to go to the police station because this person's an impersonating officer.
Nope, I've told Brittany flat out, I don't care where you're at. You pull over when you feel safe.
Yeah.
And
Fuck that. I'm not gonna stop on the side of a fucking highway.
Yeah, I've always that's how I roll too. I've always and I've lived in Virginia. It's not like Texas, guys.
No.
They got their shit is Woody and fucking Blair Witch Project type shit. I'm not pulling over till I see a gas station. If we got to drive 2 miles, I'm gonna drive 2 miles, 20 miles an hour. But I'm not pulling over. Not where I was living at. No.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna want my dollar back. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it was a forest.
Right. You said it was Blair Witchy, so I'm like,
Blair Witchy.
I'm gonna want my dollar back. You know?
I would suggest if you ever are in the situation where you are being pulled over and you want to stop in a safer area, to call someone and at least let them know, like, hey, I know there's a cop trying to stop me. Like, I just want to do it because then they at least have an excuse as to why you were going somewhere or taking so long to pull over. Otherwise, they're just going to walk up to the car and say...
So, in order to ensure that you are safe and fully aware of everything going on, you're supposed to break the law because, I'm sorry, last I checked, it was still illegal to use your cell phone while driving.
You know what?
That's an excuse you can use. I mean,
I will say this. As me, as a black woman in this country...
Yeah,
it works a little bit different. I do call, but who I'm calling, if I'm not, I have my phone has an emergency click. So it automatically sends, I click it a certain amount of times, it automatically sends my location, a recording, and a picture of what's going on at that time. So I do my click, and then I have a recording where I automatically record my stop. And it sucks that it has to be like that, but that's just what it is.
Yeah, there's just some precautions that you have to take.
And
like, you shouldn't have to, but
yeah, I really shouldn't have to.
Be
not
safe.
with and it all depends on where I'm at. If I was in South Lake driving home, then I would do that. It's dark the ways I would take. But if I'm in Arlington, it's depending on where I'm stopped at, such as Abrams or something over there by Dollar Tree or whatever's over there, and it's lit, I wouldn't. But yeah, my precautionary.
I feel like officers kind of appreciate it more whenever you try to pull into a safer area anyways. Like shit,
to get them out the street, right?
They probably wanted to stop at that gas station. It gives them an excuse to chill there. Like if you stop on the side of the highway, they have to leave after the call. If you stop in a parking lot, they can say, well, I was here anyways.
My thought is I like to stop off of the freeway or in a parking lot or something, just for the simple fact that it gets them off the highway. So, you're welcome. You're not going to get hit by a drunk driver.
Throw them a curveball. Stop under a bridge. Just like in a really just make them as nervous as possible.
Just make it really creepy. Just real creepy. All right, what we got on the next case?
Adam Toledo, 13, Illinois. Toledo.
All I'm gonna say about this one, and this one hits close to home, is that split-second decisions change lives.
Yeah,
and that was a split-second decision by both parties involved, and it changed lives. That's all I can give you on that one, because that one hits way too close to home.
I don't really know, because the video looks different to me anytime I see it. I see a gun, I don't see a gun. I see a gun, I don't see a gun. I don't know.
It's what happened when he, like, the process of him turning, and like it's the worst case scenario you can think of when someone's disarming a gun. You see it in their hand, and as it disappears behind them, by the time their hand comes back out, it's already gone. And like, there's literally, the amount of time it takes to react isn't, like, it's fucking crazy. I feel bad for the officer, and you can tell he did too.
Yeah,
the video was pretty fucking graphic.
I haven't seen it. I have to,
it's not,
like, I'm not even gonna lie to this. I have really been trying to censor myself, because my mental
if I were gonna watch it,
so important these days.
Just if I were gonna watch it for you, I would suggest doing as much research and like text as to what happened, and then watch like a news clip of it that's highly censored. Because if you look for something that's the graphic was no bueno. Yeah. Even I, someone who watches like crazy shit, was like, fuck, man, just knowing like all of this could have been avoided. Like, what the fuck? Well, to an extent, you can't really tell your buddies no, and you can't go down for something that's not yours. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? And I feel like that's kind of the position he was put in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna agree with Chris on this one. All right, last one. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to say his last name. Derek Chavin. I'm pretty sure that everyone in the world knows his name. I called him something different earlier this week, my bad. But I'm pretty sure everyone in the world have by now
probably called him worse.
The verdict, yeah. Have seen the verdict of guilty on all counts. I am ready for this to be over, but I know that it's not. I am also still not hopeful in the judicial system. I kind of think that he got the guilty verdicts not because he's guilty, but because the world was watching. And that's why I think he got the guilty verdicts. I think that the world said he was guilty, so he's guilty.
For the record, I do think he's guilty. Like, I think he for sure killed George Floyd. But I think that people have been given the ability to argue that he wasn't given a fair trial. And if that's even an argument at all, it's just going to result in more civil discourse. And that's what I don't want to see. Like, I don't think that he should be acquitted, or that he should get any other sentence than he got. He killed him. But I think that whenever you have, and just looking at it from an outside perspective, you have the left that says guilty and the right that says innocent. The left has everything in the book that says, we've got it, we're good. But now the right has one little tiny bit of like cheese that they can nibble at and say, look, we've got this. And that's all you're gonna fucking hear about it. is this one little bit where they said, well, this lady said in the news that we need to be more confrontational, and that if we see anybody from Trump's cabinet, like, to harass them in gas stations. Like, she said some really horrendous
Who is this?
shit. I think her name is Congressman Waters.
Maxine Waters.
Oh, listen,
She
everybody.
said,
Under a
she's
rock.
got a-
y'all gotta tell me what the heck.
but if we're gonna argue
Auntie
that
Maxine
Trump,
say?
no, you're good. If we're gonna argue under the same scope that Trump has dog whistles, then what she blew was an air horn, because she's literally saying, harass these people if you see them, like, ruin their day.
Who?
But Maxine Waters said that.
No, I mean, who? Okay, is this pertaining to the case or?
Yeah, so essentially
No.
she
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out. She came out a
Yeah.
couple of days prior to, a day or so prior to the verdict, and she made some very incendiary comments regarding civil unrest. If the verdict was to go in the
Anything
direction
less
that
than
it
a
did.
murder conviction.
Yeah, if it didn't go in the direction that it was going to, that it went, we needed to be, basically to cause civil unrest. And that sliver of hope is where, a lot of people came off with, well, this could be grounds for, mistrial, or this could be grounds for this. And,
Biden said in a press conference that morning that he hoped, like, he said that the evidence is abundant and that he hopes that I don't think he used the word guilty, but he in so many words hinted like that the jury should convict him.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, America is a shit show. As Torrid said in a couple episodes ago that you can find in the archives anywhere you find your podcast, America is ghetto. It's just ghetto. And it's that girlfriend that you keep going back to for some unknown reason.
Sis, leave him alone. Leave
We
him
keep
alone.
We keep doing it. We keep doing it. And we keep making the same mistakes. And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Okay, let's get to the
I'm
puppies.
gonna-
Let's get to the puppies. Can we get to the puppies? Can we get to the
Okay,
puppies, please?
first one DeSoto. One DeSoto. We gonna get the one DeSoto. Give them they
Okay. We
One
give
DeSoto. The good in the hood. It was far and few and but we found something, y'all. We found something. Listen, one DeSoto in Texas is a group of people who had a unity march. I believe it was some pastors, people in the community, and police officers and police chief had a unity march. They all got together and was like, let's march it out. We're one DeSoto. We're one community. Respect. I will say this. There was one person there harassing the police chief. He took,
gangster as
he
shit.
took it like a G, though. The police
was
chief
so
took
cool.
it like a G. And the guy harassed the police chief, and the police chief kept it moving. He asked other folks, hey, are y'all being harassed by this man? And they like, yeah. So the undercovers that were marching tackled the guy, and they took him off. Apparently this guy does this a lot, where he comes out.
I have watched that video at least 20 times. And
I
still
think I've
can't
watched
pick
it twice.
out. No, I can't pick out where the officers came from because
Me either.
They got him. I think one of them had like a thing in his backpack, a vest that he threw on. But that was some gangster shit.
Yeah. So, but other than that little snafu, one DeSoto had a nice unity march, and it was really nice. It was actually quite refreshing to see. Also, there was a puppy got stuck in an SUV under the hood, kind of like in the oh, don't laugh at him, under the hood, inside of like the kind of he got stuck. And a lady heard him out there. She was getting ready to go. She heard him out there. Oh my God, let me call the fire department. So the fire department worked for an hour to get the puppy out. They got the puppy out, and the firefighter who got him out adopted her. And he lives on a farm, and he got a lot of land for her to run around. And so she's super happy right now. So all's well that ends well. I thought it was a cute story.
It is a very cute story. And the fact that we are ending our discussion on.
You gotta end on a high note, man.
We do. Now,
Puppies
can
are
we?
cute.
Can we? Is it possible to adopt the lovely animal control worker in Wichita
Hello.
Falls?
Matt. I think is his name Matt Majinski, something like that.
Can we adopt him? Like, is he up for adoption anywhere?
I can't believe he went viral. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, if we're gonna end on puppies,
That's the one you want.
that's
That's the one you want to take
I
home.
think me and Chris just both rolled our eyes so hard our fucking retinas did that.
Oh, I'm sitting here like I just wanted puppies. That was that. I just wanted to hear the puppy story. Now we done went from puppies to okay.
He's still a young pup. I mean, he's of age, but he's still a young pup.
We had this episode in the freestyle episode that you can find anywhere where you can find podcasts at. I think it was episode 5 or 10. It's in the
I would say
archives. Right?
10.
I think 10. Yeah, we had this episode about young guys and you.
And you.
We had the conversation.
Listen, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm past the young guy stage. If I don't find me a zaddy real soon. Anyway, neither here nor there, guys. We're done with our show.
Let's hope for a better May. Let's hope that May's current events are all positive.
You know what? I got high hopes for May. Come on, come through, May. Come through, May.
Let's just hope that 2021, can we just straighten this shit out, please?
No, because
For the
2021 done handed its beer to 2020 and said, watch this, let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, man.
All I'm trying to do is get through the month of May. Then whatever happens after that,
Can we at least get towards like the last weekend in June? I've got an epic bash planned, okay?
I mean, more positive news, Russia's not invading Ukraine anymore.
Ooh.
yay! All right, let's get
For
this
the
show.
moment. All right.
Okay. That's all,
Let's
that's all
end
I
this show.
got.
Man, let's end this show before we go down rabbit holes and end up somewhere. Oh,
Yeah, we don't need to end up there with pumpkin.
Oh,
There we go.
Lord.
Or Vikings.
In honor of Black History Month.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for joining us here on the Xennials podcast.
Okay.
We appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, you can find us anywhere you can find podcasts at the Xennials podcast.
We are even now on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, man. We're making moves. Making real big moves. You can email us at xennialspodcast7270@gmail.com. And
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and iHeart, the Xennials Podcast.
that's all we
Cool.
got.
Yeah.
Adios.
Say
Appreciate
goodnight,
it.
Laura.
See
Hey,
you next week.
Tara.